I'm going to tell you a magical story about my experience in tech sales as of recent that some of you may think is made up, and then list 5 concrete reasons why tech sales is the definitive best career in 2025. 4 months ago, I was sitting at this desk, working fully remote, twiddling my thumbs, and then an inbound meeting got booked on my calendar on a Friday afternoon out of the blue. I saw the pre-meeting contacts. It seemed like there would be a good fit, potentially a big deal at stake. I meet with them, and then 4 months later, I close that deal for $1.1 million total contract value, 4-year deal, 6 product software license. And this week, I'm going to get one of the biggest commission checks of my entire life. And I don't share this to brag, but I share this to highlight how lucky I am and how amazing of an opportunity tech sales is when you're working at a venture capital backed software company like I am that's raised hundreds of millions of dollars. They take that money, they invest it in making the best product in the world that customers want to actually buy. They take that money and then they recruit top talent to help people like me sell more deals. And then I get to work with amazing people. And then they take that money and they invest it into marketing, to advertising, to branding, so that prospects out there that have business problems and have money to spend put time on my calendar with me having to do no work. And then once they meet with me, I have all of these incredible, talented people in my ecosystem as resources, as specialists that I can bring in to help close the deal. And then I am the benefactor getting a big commission check by closing the deal because I owned the sales cycle from start to finish. It was a magical experience. I hit 243% quota attainment in Q2. And it's purely from being at the right place at the right time with the right skill set that allows me to do this. And it's absolutely possible for you to have similar results if you work at a top venture capital backed software company. And I'm going to outline the 5 reasons why tech sales is truly the best career in 2025. And the first reason is it's AI proof. In my job, I'm using ChatGPT, I'm using Gemini, I write my email, I put it in AI, I send whatever AI tells me, I don't even read it. I do my meetings, Gong gives me a transcript, I put the transcript in AI and I say, tell me the pain points. I take the company website, I put it in ChatGPT and say, write me a prospecting email. I am leveraging AI to make myself more efficient so that I can be more successful in my sales job. AI is going to replace a lot of jobs, and I don't think that's up for debate, but we need people to sell the AI. If you go look at OpenAI, they have an entire go-to-market organization. So do all of the other AI companies. Large, complex B2B enterprise sales, that is one of the truly future-proof AI roles because a big Fortune 500 company, they're not just going to sign up for a $10 million license without speaking to an actual human. If you looked at that big Oracle cloud deal with OpenAI, do you think OpenAI just said, hey, we're an AI company, we'll just sign up because we need the storage? No, that deal was probably in the works for months, and there were many, many in-person human interactions. At the end of the day, the human interaction, that human touch, I'm going on site this week for a very large deal. AI can't do that, at least no time soon. And AI is making these technology companies, especially enterprise software, way better and more efficient. So that allows us as sales reps to actually benefit from this AI wave. The second reason why tech sales is the best career is because you have time and earnings leverage. What do I mean by this? If you look at the lowest rung of the pyramid from a time and earning leverage standpoint, it's trading your time for money. I used to work at a restaurant washing dishes. I used to mow lawns for a living. I used to babysit. The common through line with all of these roles that I worked is that I needed to show up at a particular place at a particular time, clock in, clock out, and I was capped by earning $9 an hour washing dishes. I was capped by I can physically only mow one lawn an hour and make $20 an hour per se. So I had more leverage on my time there. You were truly capped. Your upside. You can't make more because you're fixed. Whereas in tech sales, you have more leverage because if you're working with a small company and you have a meeting in an hour, your deal could be, let's say, $50,000. But if you're working to sell to a big company like me, that same unit of time, that 1 hour block, you could be selling a $1 million deal. Given you got to meet with them a lot of the time, but you have more leverage on your time because you can scale up the deal size that you're selling into. And then you can do that by having more skills, by being able to do discovery better, by being able to multi-thread better, by being better organized, project planning, so that you can close bigger deals faster. And that gives you more leverage over your time so that you can be in a position to get really large commission checks. It's not always constant because it's hard to close these big deals, but when you do, you have much more leverage on your time. And that's exciting to me. And the further I go, the more I promote. When I get to enterprise account executive, I'll be selling even bigger deals to even bigger companies, and I'll have more leverage on my time. The third reason why tech sales is the best career is because of the lifestyle it affords. I'm able to go to yoga every morning at 6 a.m., which I absolutely love. I can come back to my house, shower up, eat some breakfast, and then I'm ready to log on by 7:50. If I needed to commute to an office, I wouldn't be able to go to yoga because I wouldn't be able to get into the office until probably 9 a.m. And that just would not be good enough for me. So I have full lifestyle flexibility because I can work truly fully remote. I started my career in the first 5 years working for another great enterprise software company where I commuted into an office each and every day. I lived downtown Dallas. I drove 20, 30 miles north to Plano, Texas, to go into an office. And that ride home in the evenings, I remember me and my coworker, really good friend at the time, we would look at each other because in the evenings, it takes twice as long to get home. And it would take 45 minutes to an hour to get back home. And you're exhausted by that point. You can't do anything else in the evening. You eat dinner and you're dead. And we would look at each other and say, this isn't it. There's no way I could do this the rest of my life. This is soul crushing. This is not what it's all about. Now that I work fully remote, I truly could not imagine going back. And that is a privilege to have the fully remote powers because most people don't have that. But tech sales is one of the few careers where you can find situations that are truly fully remote. And then the way you spend your time during the day, you have autonomy. I don't have meetings just to have meetings. I speak with my manager once a week and then we collaborate on deals as needed. I'm not under a constant microscope, and that's a very, very privileged and fortunate position to be in because you have autonomy over your time. Performance is the price of freedom, and if you are fully remote, all that matters are your results, are the output of your work because you're not going into an office. You're not politicking. You're not trying to win over the leadership by being likable or based on the way you look or how funny you are. In a fully remote work environment, all that matters is performance. And if you're performing, you have a ton of autonomy. But if you're not performing, then it's not going to work out. So it really matters to perform. The fourth reason is you have a valuable skill set. And this plays into the performance we talked about earlier. Discovery, multi-threading, being able to give great demos, strong communication skills. I can make this video without any preparatory notes, speak without filler words, confidently, articulately, and do this because I have this skill set being able to communicate and especially being able to listen. You learn more by listening. And most untenured sales reps start out by wanting to sound smart. Let me present 25 slides about how great we are. But what you learn over time is it's all about asking a question, shutting up, and actually seeking to understand. And then once the prospect tells you something, you say, tell me more about what you mean by that. This valuable skill set transcends a corporate sales job. This skill set will allow me to keep rising the ranks, making more money, producing more, and being more valuable to the organization and to the customers that I work with. This skill set would allow me to find another equally great sales job if I needed, because I have performance and I have the communication skills. And then the skill set of being able to generate demand, call prospects out of the blue, sell them on ideas and a vision. I'm selling software that they cannot physically touch. They can only see it. It's abstract. It's an idea. We talk in theory as to this is what it could do to solve your business problems. And it takes a very high level of conviction, communication skills, confidence, value creation, to be able to do something like this. And then you can transfer these skills to an entrepreneurial pursuit at some point in time in the future if that scratches your itch and that's what you're looking to do. And the fifth and final reason why tech sales is the best career is because it's very purposeful. I personally find meaning and purpose through being successful, through contributing, through producing, and it's very clear to understand how well I'm doing based on my quota attainment. Either you hit your quota or you fail to hit your quota. If you're hitting your quota, it feels great. You feel successful. You're making money. If you're not hitting your quota, it doesn't feel so good. And you still have self-love. You still go through and you make it through those adversity moments. But ultimately, I feel a ton of purpose by knowing I'm contributing and I'm being successful in a direct revenue creation role. It's very exciting. It's fun. It's humbling. I'm learning a lot. I'm contributing. And I want to keep doing this because it's very exciting. It's fast paced. And that gives me purpose. It gets me excited. I like to do what I'm doing, especially selling HR technology to HR leaders. It's something I've always done and I want to continue to do it. Those are the 5 reasons why tech sales is the definitive best career in 2025. AI proof, time and earnings leverage, lifestyle benefits, valuable skill set, and then a very purpose-driven career. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button now. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you in the next video.